So I have now watched way too much of this woman and I have opinions, but we're going to start watching it from the beginning. This is Bludspeth's video on the woman who is obsessed with specifically Peter Pan, not any specific actor or anything like that. She is specifically obsessed with the character, and it comes out in how she relates to the actors at I can't Disney World, Disneyland, I don't know which one it is. It's at a Disney park.
Say hello to Toni. Toni is a TikToker who has recently gone.
Okay, really quick, I just want to point out the fact that this behavior right here is super inappropriate. I don't think that any guest at a Disney park should be allowed to grab a character and walk around with them like that. I don't care who the guest is. I don't think that it's appropriate. And honestly, this right here would make me super uncomfortable. If I were the person playing Peter Pan, I can only imagine that it was not very comfy for him either.
Viral for her extreme obsession over the Disney character Peter Pan, particularly the many actors who play him at Disney's official parks.
It's also wild to me to think about the fact that, these men are just going to work. They are just trying to go to work. They're trying to make some kids smile, earn their paycheck, and go home, right? Their job is to be nice to you and to, yes, sell a little bit of the magic that people think is Disney, which, whatever. But it's insane to me to think about the fact that these people are just trying to go to work, do their job, and then they have to worry about this weird person who could show up out of anywhere and just follow them around for an uncomfortable amount of time, ask them things that make them uncomfortable, touch them, and they can't do anything. Like, that's insane to me.
Toni is what's known as a Disney adult. That term is used to describe individuals who are avidly obsessed with the Disney franchise and parks, constantly going without.
There's no need to be this level of obsessed with Disney. It's not that great.
Without kids, buying extensive amounts of merch, paying for annual passes, etc. At these parks, you frequently see actors who are playing iconic characters from their franchises, such as Peter Pan in this instance. Toni has a specific infatuation with this character, and it goes as far back as January 6, 2015, where Toni says in a video uploaded just last year that it was the day she met the lost boy who changed her life, whatever that means. While Toni never really elaborated on what she meant explicitly, it does appear to be some kind of romantic attraction. The first
So that itself genuinely bothers me. And so what really gets me when I think about this is the fact that it's not like she has a crush on a specific actor who's playing Peter Pan. It's nothing like that. She has a crush on the character Peter Pan. And the character Peter Pan is forever a child. Now, I'm not trying to say that I think she's a pedophile. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I do think that there is something wildly uncomfortable and inappropriate with anybody having any form of romantic attachment to a character who, again, is a child. Like, I don't know how I can put that into words, how uncomfy that is.
First instance of this was in a TikTok posted on November 11th, 2025, which is captioned, "My first love was indeed a lost boy." This point is further accentuated by a video uploaded on May 11th, 2020. The caption reads, "I'm in love with this green bean," and the name of the audio she used is literally called "I'm in love with you." As well as this, a TikTok user who goes by Delicious compiled a large amount of clips primarily from Toni's Instagram. Most of the clips in their video contain Toni making romantic passes or suggestions towards Peter Pan, all of which were shut down.
So again, let's go back to the fact that these are literal human beings acting as a character. Like she is not focusing on Dwayne or Steve or Dylan or whoever, the actor, the human being in the green Peter Pan costume. She's not paying attention to that. She is looking at them and she is thinking Peter Pan, right? And they are not allowed to break that illusion, which I think is really, really gross. And I believe I've seen that that actually has changed since this. But the reality is that it never should have gotten this far to begin with. Disney should have always had some sort of measure in place because, I was thinking about this obviously because I watched this a lot earlier, but not only is it Peter Pan being really uncomfortable, but it's also like the princesses and the queens and stuff like that. You'll have creepy people hitting on them too. So it's not because, and I'm not trying to downplay Peter Pan's discomfort, like the actors playing Peter Pan, their discomfort in all of this. But I do think that men being victimized tends to get ignored a lot more by society than like if Belle from Beauty and the Beast were being groped by a customer or a guest, I guess they call them. I think that would be taken more seriously than, or if Belle were being dragged around by the arm, like we saw Peter Pan being dragged around by the arm by Toni earlier. I think that that is more likely to have been taken seriously, whereas this, they're just like, oh, it's just a girl with a crush. It's fine. It's fine. But you would have thought that because that's bound to have happened with men and the princesses. So there's got to be something in place for some form of protection, but obviously it's failed.
What's worse is that she also hugs them multiple times in a very weird way.
That again should also not be allowed, I think. I and look at how uncomfortable Captain Hook is. If you are making the villain uncomfortable, you are doing too much, babe.
Even though the actors are very clearly extremely uncomfortable.
So you go to homecoming with me? The homecoming? Yeah. Well, I don't know. What is homecoming? Get home to something, so I would be going home with you. Where's your home? Right? Am I supposed to have a dance? You give a dance? Yeah. Oh, I can't dance. We're best friends, but we're not going to be anything more than that, so don't get any ideas. Don't you No.
This makes me so uncomfortable because you can see how uncomfortable these guys are being made to feel. And they're just at work. They are just trying to earn their paycheck and go home. Like their entire job is to be nice to her. And even now, they're still like, yeah, is it worth it though? Do I want to do this?
No. No. You can have Eric. It's a talent. It's like friends that are another cookie. I want sour here. Oh,
if somebody is literally trying to get away from you like he just was when you're trying to hug them, you don't hug them. You do not need to come into physical contact with somebody who's literally trying to like get away from you. And it is insane to me that these are videos that she herself has posted because that tells me that she is not seeing that he's uncomfortable, or she sees it and she doesn't care.
No, that's not a quick hug. Yes, you do. You look at my face all the time. I know you stare. Done.
Over the next 6 or so years, Toni would consistently visit Disney World primarily for Peter Pan. I'm not exaggerating when I say the volume of her visits, especially over time, is very concerning. She never slowed down or stopped, even when they rotated through different actors for the character.
And that again just reaffirms the fact that it's about the character. It is not about the actor. These actors, to her, they're not even they're not even really humans. And once they stop being seen as humans and they just are this embodiment of a character, their boundaries don't matter. What they feel don't matter.
It's all accumulated in a TikTok uploaded on July 31st, 2026. This video absolutely blew up, having 2.6 million likes as of the time of me recording and over 30 million views. When watching the video, it's easy to see why it went viral and started the controversy. The actor was visibly uncomfortable and honestly he looked very tired of her.
Bye. Bye. What? Whoa! Where did you get this? I made it. No, you didn't. I made it. This is really nice. Thanks. What am I supposed to do with it? I want to take a picture of you with it. Okay. Oh, you guys look just like each other. If you were a duck. Hey. Perfect. Oh, if I was a duck? Yeah. I guess you're right. Amazing. So would your duck quack or would it crow? Oh, it would definitely crow. It's not as good as me though. No. What?
So I can kind of understand if she has a hard time reading like social cues and stuff. Like if I could understand how she might not necessarily realize that she's making him uncomfortable in a video like this. Because if you ignore his face, you're not paying attention to his face and you just listen to the words that he's not saying anything that is like, hey, you're making me uncomfortable. His eyes right here, like where we stopped right here, that tells me like, hey, I don't like this, stop. But the way he talks to her, which again, this is his job. His job is to be nice to her. The way he talks to her here is normal. I would not think anything of it if I were just like listening. And then there where he's like, "Oh no, but this is my present from you." So I could understand. I'm not trying to victim blame him at all because I think that she made him uncomfy and I think that it never should have gotten this far to begin with, right? I'm just trying to say that like I can understand that she might not have really realized how awkward she was making people feel. And then, like, we can see in this video as well in a moment that she has a friend with her. And I'm sorry, I don't know, like, hold on, we'll just get there. We'll get there. Let's just put this on pause.
Do you want one? You wanted that? You could have just said so. You can have it. I can make another one. Are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Well, can I get it on video that I gave it to you? Oh boy. Well, it's just like you. It looks like you. Oh yeah. This is great. What am I supposed to do? Okay. Is that what you wanted? Great. I'm not a pirate. Now what? Now you're gonna take a picture with her. Okay. No, that's me now. Oh. What is? What did I get? Oh, you want another prize? You still have the leaf? I do. I really do, actually. Does she have the leaf? No, she really does. You weren't even there. I saw the video.
And then with him bringing up stuff from like a past reaction, again, not his fault, but I could see how she can overlook this because I think he looks uncomfortable. But if she is focusing just on the words that he says, she might not realize just how many boundaries she's crossed with him. Or, you know what? Again, because she's focused on the fact that it's Peter Pan, the character, she might not give a fuck.
They go on fast. Tell her the day it happened. Huh? They literally told her the thing didn't happen. Oh, okay. Let's find something.
And yeah, so here we do know that it's her good friend, if not like, her best friend or whatever, who is here with her with Peter Pan. And I don't understand, as a best friend of somebody who can be mildly unhinged, as I am, because my best friend is fantastic and she is so unhinged. But like how you can see these behaviors and not be like, okay, you're going too far, you're doing too much, you need to knock it off.
Different then. You to see give to me than once. Well, now what? You have your prizes. I have my prize. Now we'll see you next week. Great. Mm-hmm. Cross my heart as a lost boy honor. I will take care of my duck / chick. Sounds great. Thank you, Peter. Welcome. We love you. I know.
Okay, that might be why she never said anything to Peter, because she might be a little bit of a fangirl too, and that's so uncomfy, and I feel so bad for these actors.
Oh, see you later. Okay, sounds great. Thanks for the prize. Bye, Peter. See you later. See ya.
Another clip, seemingly taken on the next day, went viral as well, and he looks way more
And we love Halloween so much that we celebrate it twice a year. But if you celebrate it all the time, it's not special. Well, you should try it. No. Think about this. Like, okay, carving pumpkins, but instead you carve watermelon. Why would you do that? It's fun. Do you put a candle in the watermelon too? Sure. Why not you want? I guess watermelons are tastier than pumpkins. Exactly. That is true. But you can't make watermelon pie. And then if you want to be like, we do 2 things a year. I can make 2 things a year instead of just one. Yeah. Why? That's fun. What do you want 2 Christmases? Yeah, I guess I would. Okay, Christmas in July. Yeah. That's a thing? Yeah. I need to go to the main.
After the virality of this clip, people began searching through not only her accounts, but others as well, and let me tell you, the rabbit hole is much deeper than it appears. Firstly, there are tons of clips in recent times where not only do the actors seem irritated and uncomfortable, but Toni herself seems to be creepy as well. One example is this clip where Toni was literally waiting for Peter Pan to show up and hussed him down while he skipped away.
Okay, I cannot mention enough how much it would suck to like be like, hey, I'm just gonna go to work, and then you don't know if this obsessed stalker is gonna just appear out of nowhere. Like, that's not fair to the actors, and Disney should not have waited this long to come up with some sort of plan in place. Because from what I've heard, things have gotten figured out a little bit more at Disney. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's what I've heard. But it should never have gotten this far. It should not have gotten this far.
It's always a good morning when you see the green.
Oh, so uncomfy.
I want of this. Whoa, look at that. You made it yourself, huh? Yeah. I will give you one.
So going back to like, I can understand if she only ever looks at his words, I can understand how she doesn't necessarily think that she's doing anything wrong because, like, he was just over here and he was admiring something that she made and he was touching it.
Yeah, you did. Give it.
And then he's telling her, like, hey, give it to me.
For me? Thanks.
And he seems like to genuinely appreciate something that she made. Again, I think she crossed boundaries for sure. I can understand how she might not realize that in a video like this, where he is just, again, he is playing the character he's meant to. He is being nice, all that, having a pleasant, like trying to make sure that she has a positive experience at Disney, which is what all the actors are meant to do. And she's not understanding that she's being real weird.
Waiting to see you.
And he just said he was waiting to
What's
see
worse
her.
is this clip I'm about to play where Tony hawks down Peter Pan multiple times, which seemingly caused him to make up a story to get her away from him.
Can we go on a ride?
He should never have had to run away from her, period.
Right, Peter? Sure, go ahead. I don't want to go on the ride with you. Peter, what are you talking about? Jeez. So this.
This right here, if nothing ever told her, hey, you're doing too much, you're going too far, this right here, where this character, this actor is trying to run away from you, trying to just get away from you, and you have to repeatedly run after him, that should have told her, like, no, this is enough. This isn't funny for him. This isn't cute.
Okay, here's the deal. You have to go find some treasure. And then when you find it, you have to bring it back to me, and then we're gonna go bury it. Okay. Is it a deal? Yeah. Pinky swear? Pinky swear. Good. I'll see you later, okay? Okay. Bye, Peter. Lost treasure. Bye, Peter.
Besides the clips she posted herself, people started finding her in other people's videos. A good example is this one where Peter Pan is talking to a kid uploaded by an unrelated individual on TikTok, and in this video, Toni is clearly seen in the background staring Peter Pan down. As a result of this drama, an individual who actually played Peter Pan at these parks
So this guy's video, I didn't watch all of it, but I did watch a fair bit about, and he is the reason that I actually discovered that if you play a character at Disney, when you stop playing them, you're not allowed to say like, "Oh, I was this character." You say that that character was your best friend.
and seemingly interacted with Toni came out with a video. It was mostly about the issues surrounding how Disney park actors are treated and not necessarily about Toni herself.
Hello everyone, I'm Joshua, and I used to be a character performer for Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. It recently came to my attention that there is this girl that's going viral, I think her name is Toni or something like that, who is obsessed with Peter Pan at Disney World. And I used to be best friends with Peter Pan. If you don't know what I'm saying, I'm going to include pictures of my best friend. Now, the matter at hand. Back to the obsession with Peter Pan. I myself, whilst working at Disney World, had a stalker. She came to my line every single shift that I was Peter Pan, and likely to the other 2 or 3 people that were cast in the role of Peter Pan at the time, and she would continue to circle the queue line over and over and over again to see Peter Pan. Now, this person was not a child. This person was easily in her late 20s, early 30s, and would come to my line time and time again, asking disturbing questions, asking a little bit SH type questions that the character attendant that was helping me on these sets was quite unsure of how to handle the situation. Now, while I did experience this awkward moment time and time again with this stalker, there were more moments that the Disney princesses endured with really creepy dads and really creepy older men that would.
So, and this is what I was talking about, is that none of this should have ever gotten this far. Like, there is no reason that this should have waited this long to become an issue. And like what kind of bothers me the most about this is the fact that had this not gotten so big on TikTok because of one woman being so weird about a character, would Disney have ever done anything? Do you know what I mean? Like how many of the princesses were inappropriately groped? How many of the male actors were inappropriately groped? And Disney was like, yeah, well, you know what? It's supposed to be the happiest place on earth. So we're just going to look away at that. Or how many times were they inappropriately propositioned? You know? Mm.
Would circle the queue lines and do similar things most of the time, much worse, and be handsy with the princesses on cast at Disney World. Now, I'm not going to outright say that I blame Disney for these instances, as they couldn't control what the guests were going to act like once they were in the park. However,
So Disney could not control how the guests were going to act in the park. That is true. You cannot control one other person's behavior, right? However, what you can do is when that behavior happens, say you're not allowed in our park anymore. Once it became clear that Toni was stalking this, well, every actor playing Peter Pan, like when she was stalking the character, that itself should have been enough to be like, you know what? No, you either knock it off or you can't come back. If somebody goes up and starts groping one of the other character actors, you know what? You cannot come back. That's not acceptable behavior.
I do think Disney needs to pay more attention to how the character performers are being treated when they're on set. There also would be times when different guests would just ask inappropriate questions or questions that included cuss words or ugly language. And I think when you're there as the character performer, it's really hard to mitigate these types of situations and learn how to steer in the other direction when dealing with these things. Because obviously, Disney is a place that was catered towards children to begin with. So this type of language is never going to be appropriate to use, even as an adult. And obviously, yes, all the character performers are also adults, but it's hard for us to figure out how to mitigate that situation. And I know that all character performers would really appreciate it if we use our common sense skills to be nice. So next time you're there, if you're an adult and you want to meet a character, just remember to be respectful and kind to the performer. And don't be a Toni.
Toni would then post a video with another creator who goes by Matthew Desmond, and this Matthew individual would actually come out in full support of her in a video uploaded on August 15th.
This archway behind me looks familiar.
Well, listen, we can tell by his sunglasses that this Matthew guy makes excellent decisions. So I'm sure I'm not going to have any issues with what he says, right?
To you and all that he's probably fallen down the Peter Pan girl side of the internet recently. Let's talk about it because the story's actually much crazier than people realize. First of all, the number one question I keep seeing people asking is Toni banned from Disneyland? And the answer to that is no. And anybody that's saying she is, I've seen different versions of this. She's permanently banned. She's banned for 2 weeks. All of those videos are lying to you for clicks. None of them are true. She is not banned from Disneyland. And the reason why she is not banned from Disneyland is because Toni hasn't done anything wrong. Now you're probably
Okay, well, so I was wrong. Mirrored sunglasses said something stupid. She has done things wrong. She has. She has made multiple men feel extremely uncomfortable. And I understand, like, this is where we're gonna get all, I guess, woke is the word that we want to use here. But like, just because she's a female does not mean that she's incapable of being a danger to somebody. And danger doesn't mean like, hey, she's gonna run up and stab you, right? Danger can present itself in many different ways, and she is very clearly making these people super uncomfortable at their job, and she can pop up out of anywhere.
saying, but she's been stalking and harassing this guy for 10 years. And while it's true that she has been visiting Peter Pan, the character, not one specific actor, over the course of 10 years, this girl has posted 970 videos across 2 social media accounts. And let's just assume that none of them are doubles, which most of them are. That's still less than 2 videos a week, and not all of them are even with Peter Pan. And it's not like she's meeting with.
Okay, well, his argument seems to be that she didn't do anything wrong because she made a multitude of males feel uncomfortable because she would come and visit them, what, twice a week? That is still twice a week or 2 times a week too many if it is unwanted.
The same Peter Pan actor every time or following one guy around. She is meeting the character. Now, honestly, I am super awkward character actress. I don't know how she does it, but she obviously plays along with the role very well, and the Peter Pan actors actually like her. There's this crazy misinformation circulating online that Peter Pan is trapped and he has to talk to her if she's there, if he's uncomfortable, and that is simply not true. Peter Pan
Okay, except it seemed like he really was uncomfortable if you actually pay attention to those interactions that she herself posted.
Has the option to exit stage at any time. He can go backstage. He can get a handler. There are so many options that Peter Pan has if he is uncomfortable. The fact that he is leading her around the park should tell you that he is actually engaged in these interactions and participating in them
This is wild to me because this right here is absolutely victim blaming behavior.
willingly. But the crazy thing is, most of y'all haven't even watched the actual videos of her interacting with him. You've just seen the hate videos that accuse her of being this crazy stalker and harasser and are jumping on this bandwagon to dogpile and bully her. It's absolutely insane. The sad thing about this is that
You know what else is insane? Just him doing this in Mickey mirrored glasses. Like when I think of Disney adults, these two are literally what comes to mind for me. Like I picture people like this.
Toni is one of the sweetest people you ever meet, and she absolutely does not deserve the hate that she's been getting. The main thing I want to say about this, though, is that all the people who are saying that she got banned, or that Peter Pan got fired, or that she spent over $2 million in the parks, or that she does this because she's neurodivergent, all of these people are straight up lying to you for clicks and views, and they are making money off of your gullibility. You need to stop believing everything that you see on the internet. People are actively scrolling through 10 years worth of Toni's videos, commenting on almost every single one, and then have the audacity to call her a stalker. I guarantee you, those people have spent more time in the past 2 weeks interacting and watching Toni's videos than Toni has spent with Peter Pan. Like, who is actually the stalker here? Now, at the beginning of this video, I did say the story gets crazier, and it does, because not only is Toni being bullied for something totally innocent, now she's getting threats. Her husband is being contacted on Facebook. There's a petition to get her banned from.
Okay, I will say that if that is true, that's too far. Like, she can be weird and creepy, and you do not need to start contacting her husband, her job, or anything like that. Like, that's not the place for the internet.
Disneyland. Like, this insanity needs to stop. It's absolutely nuts how people are responding to a totally harmless interaction with the character at Disneyland. The really sad part about this is that so many of y'all have clearly lost your whimsy. If you could watch these harmless videos of this girl interacting with Peter Pan and having a good time and think, wow, she must be deranged. How dare she have fun with a character? A lot of people also been attacking her for a video where she's leaving for trying to kiss Peter Pan, where she is a minor in that video, first of all. So anybody who is circulating that to attack her is circulating a video of a minor to bully her. The crazy thing about that video is that it just proves that some of y'all have never even seen the movie Peter Pan, because that is a scene straight from the movie where Wendy leans forward and tries to kiss Peter, and obviously the Peter Pan actor participated in it, so he's clearly not uncomfortable. A lot of the haters seem to lack.
Just because the actor, quote unquote, participated, and it does not mean that he was not uncomfortable. Like, two things can be true. You can participate in something to try to get it to stop because you don't know any other way to get out of it, or because you can't get out of it.
Basic critical thinking skills too, because if you think that Disney would allow a woman to straight up harass and stalk a character for 10 years, you're crazy. They would absolutely have
Well, they clearly did. So I don't know what else we're supposed to think, bestie.
stepped in and said something by now for the safety of the actor. But the actor is not in danger. He does not feel unsafe. He enjoys these interactions. And if you think that
Okay, how do you know how the actor feels? How do you know? Did you sit here and talk to these gentlemen and be like, "Hey, so this is what's happening. Tell me how you feel." Or are you just deciding that this is how these males feel because you don't think that Toni is a threat to them?
after 10 years of doing this, that she's not friends with these actors IRL, you're crazy, because she actually knows them, and it's nuts that you would assume otherwise. These guys actually like her. They enjoy her company. They enjoy talking to her. That's why Peter Pan runs around and finds gifts for her. Like, these interactions are so sweet and cute, and y'all have twisted it into something gross and disgusting and use it as an excuse to cyberbully a stranger, and the hate needs to stop. It's gross.
I think it goes without saying, but I do completely disagree with this video. There are years worth of footage specifically of Toni's uncomfortable and bound.
Like, I don't understand how that gentleman, not Bludspeth, the other one, mirrored glasses Mike or whatever his name was. I don't understand how he can look at some of these videos and think that it's a cute and sweet interaction because, like, we've seen little bits where you can visibly tell that the actor is not comfortable. So, how can he and I mean, I realize different perspectives, but how can we both look at this same little clip and I think, like, oh my gosh, this is not okay. And he's over here, like, oh, look at that. That's so sweet. Oh.
boundary-pushing interactions with dozens of Peter Pan actors. And for them, it's not as easy as just saying they're uncomfortable and moving on. Disney park actors have extremely strict rules they must abide by, so much so that their treatment by parkgoers is becoming a fast-growing issue. I will also say that I don't agree at all with anyone threatening her or her family. I understand that it can be infuriating seeing her constantly harass the Peter Pan actors, but taking it to that point is just absolutely unnecessary. I think the moral of the story really is about how badly Disney park actors are treated. The aforementioned actor spoke about it in his video, and countless others have as well. Because of the strict rules they follow, it is very difficult to get out and prevent these uncomfortable situations. Think about it from their perspective. Would you risk losing your job at Disney just to prevent a creepy advance or boundary crossing touches? This drama is still in full swing, and as of now, Toni hasn't directly responded to it. And given that, that will be the end of today's video.
Yeah, so I knew going into it that I would be annoyed with Disney's response because I don't know how many times I can say this. It should never have gotten this far. These people, these character actors should never have had to go through this level of discomfort when all they're trying to do is just do their job. And I'm sure, like, when they got hired, for a lot of them at least, it was probably like a dream job. They were probably so excited. And then you have things like this where it's just like it takes the wind out of your sails. And that is a real bummer. All right. But that is where we're going to end it for tonight. If you actually are watching this far in, I appreciate you so much. You have no idea how many times I've had to record this just tonight, and then I had to keep pausing. So thank you, thank you, thank you for sticking around with me. If you're still here, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm really trying to grow. So I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.